Welcome to On Your Side, the Home Edition. I'm Susan Campbell. Today, we're taking you to a valley community with tree-lined streets, front porches, and parks, and you can still get a home there for $500,000. But first, we'll take a look at an East Valley community with spectacular views and luxurious homes, Fountain Hills. I got a tour of a beautiful listing there with agent Jeannie Adnolfi.
Jeannie, I think I'm home. This place is absolutely spectacular. Feels like we're on top of the world with this amazing view, and this is just the beginning of this really incredible house here in Fountain Hills. Tell me about this awesome space.
Well, this home was originally built in 2011, and my homeowners purchased it and then completely reimagined, renovated the entire property.
And we are walking in the front door, and I have to stop you there because my eyes are immediately drawn to this incredible feature. I've never seen anything like this.
This was actually the design inspiration for the house. These are three 3,000-pound geodes. The two on the exterior are deep purple amethyst, and they slowly rotate between the entry foyer and then also the dining space.
How do you even get something like this into a house?
It took a crane and a lot of creativity and a lot of effort, a lot of people managing the project.
So such a spectacular feature, and there's brick on the ceiling, there's rock all around. It just has so many different textures as you're walking into this space.
It's such a beautiful home. So the architect designer that actually was hired to reimagine this house, her name is Jackie Bethke, and she's world famous. She actually was 2025 Interior Designer of the Year for Scottsdale. And she was also the first female to graduate from the Taliesin Lloyd Wright School of Architecture. So
absolutely incredible and amazing touches throughout
amazing.
The whole place.
The inspiration, the features, all the finishes and the detail to this home are truly spectacular.
We have to take a look. There's different things catching my eye. Every single centimeter of this place is just spectacular, from the ceilings all the way down to this cozy space where you feel like you can really just enjoy maybe the game on Sunday or the pool outside. It's just so much.
It's truly spectacular. So the kitchen area, if you don't mind, this hood, this range hood, was custom designed, and they call it the skeleton.
Oh.
So when you are outside the house at night, you can see these lights through the window, and it is absolutely spectacular. But this is
you see the hood
from
outside.
From the street. You do.
Wow.
It's beautiful. But from the Italian cabinetry, all of them retract into the walls. The beautiful hardware, these lucite handles. There's warming drawers. There's refrigerated drawers and freezer drawers. To the gas range, there's 4 dishwashers.
4 dishwashers?
There's 4 dishwashers.
That means we have to have lots of good parties.
There's 3 ice makers. Everything is truly thought out and designed for entertaining. These
amazing
retract.
Storage. Oh, that's smart.
They all retract back in.
So you can see everything.
Yep.
Easily.
Yes. Yep.
And there's even power.
There's
sources
power
back there.
Yep. That was where the appliances went.
Okay, we have to check out the primary because that's where a lot of people spend a lot of time. We got to be comfy. Is it this way?
It is. Come on, I'll show you.
Along the way, more amazing details, perfect storage for wine. And this is so big.
It's beautiful, isn't it? This hallway. So this is into the primary, and the original setup, the way this was designed, was the actual bed was on this side. And they said, no, we would like to see this spectacular view.
Yeah, you can't miss the view.
No, I mean, that's the whole point.
Oh my goodness. It's absolutely beautiful. We have the fire feature.
Yes.
So you can have a cozy cup of coffee right in bed. And then we have a giant, my voice just echoed, it's so big.
I know.
This is spectacular.
It is.
Tell me about this. I've never seen a shower like this before.
So this is a steam shower. and multiple heads, multiple shower zones, and it's all on, there's a control on the inside, it's Kohler.
As we were walking around, there's so much storage here, and you're thinking about all the things you use in a bathroom and all the things you don't want to see in a bathroom. There's a place for everything here.
There is, and it's so user-friendly. Everything is lit. So all the cabinetry, everything, there's outlets, everything, every attention to detail has been truly thought out.
There's just a beautiful glow on your face when you opened that cabinet, by the way. It's just magic. And this is such a smart feature.
It is.
You don't have to walk to a laundry room. It's in your closet.
Well, and the other thing that's really special too is there's a steam cabinet.
Oh, that sounds even better.
Yes.
I don't have to iron anything.
No. I think we need one.
So on our way to the next place, we have to talk about the floor though that's in the primary, because this is special.
It's very special. They're 48-inch tiles and they are heated, and there's 4 different zones that are controlled. In fact, the entire house is truly a smart home. There's Control 4, there's Lutron, and Josh AI for this home. So everything can be controlled from your phone.
That's incredible. So tell me about the bedrooms. We're walking past several bedrooms, looks like en suites.
They are. This is actually a Jack and Jill. So this, in the original floor plan, was the office. So that's a gas fireplace. So they eliminated the built-in cabinetry and expanded the windows and made this just a lovely 2-bedroom Jack and Jill bath.
And we can keep walking through
Yes.
to the next bedroom.
This countertop is turquoise howlite.
I can tell the people who put so much thought into this really love different minerals and gems.
They do, and special fun features that just make you smile.
This is a totally different view.
Isn't this spectacular?
There are different views every single, like you turn around and it looks different and incredible from every vantage point.
And this has a wraparound balcony, so you can sit, have privacy, and enjoy the beautiful views and the McDowell Mountains.
That is absolutely stunning. And to have that private place to just enjoy.
For your guests or your family.
Amazing. We're walking to the next place, but we have to take a quick stop. I touched the wall and it lit up.
Yes.
This is amazing.
So this is the dog-inspired, the pet-inspired bath.
Right up there.
Which, if somebody maybe is not the most pet lover, but I
We
don't know
love
why
dogs.
you wouldn't, but
We love
you could
dogs.
convert it to a golf bath or something else. But I just love this theme. I think it's super fun and just clever and cheery, and who wouldn't come in here and smile?
Right? So we have so much more to see. This house is huge. Remind me how many square feet?
Just over 6,000.
So we are crossing kind of the main living space
Yes,
to head to the
yes,
other side.
yes.
There are a couple really cool features, including a theater that we're about to see.
Yes, a
Tell me
tiered theater.
Tell me about this really special room that's just so cozy.
Well, it is really truly designed like a true theater, with theater lighting, with the tiered seating. You have reclining, you've got your little trays for your snacks. This is a 10-foot screen, and these are padded walls. So it's really just a lovely space to truly enjoy that movie or that game or whatever you're going to be watching.
And those padded walls make the sound impeccable.
Soundproof, yep.
Absolutely amazing. These are cozy. I love the extra leg room.
Yes.
So you can kick back and really relax. We have more stops to make. This place keeps going on and on and on. And these hallways are so bright. There's so much natural light that comes in.
There is.
So we have more laundry.
This is pantry, butler's pantry, yep.
And an elevator in the house.
Yes, elevator.
This is glass so you can see through.
Yes.
Going up and down.
Yes, and the unique thing is, as you're going down to the first floor to the garage, she actually wallpapered the wall. So you are not just looking at a concrete wall.
It's beautiful.
It gives you something lovely to look at while
Even
you're
that is-
traveling downstairs.
Even that's a detail.
Exactly.
And it is important because we do have these giant stairs to the front entrance. Oh, we have to look at this. It is so pretty.
So this is a 5th bedroom, but was converted to the private office with absolutely spectacular views again of the McDowells and another wraparound balcony. And from this balcony, you can actually see the fountain.
Ooh, the famous fountain.
The famous fountain.
The Fountain Hills Fountain.
The Fountain Hills Fountain.
We have another beautiful office space. This one's a little cozier.
It is. So this was his office. Built-ins, gorgeous granite, everything for an executive office.
And more storage.
And more storage.
Lots of good places to keep everything neat and tidy.
Mm-hmm. Everything you could need.
We have another space to see, and we've got to give our guests some good views.
Yes, this is one of the beautiful guest suites.
Tons of space, very comfortable for guests to really relax, enjoy, and they have a view right out to the pool and then the beautiful mountains in the distance.
They do. And then this is also the access for the pool bath.
I love those details. The wallpaper's so pretty.
Everything is very clever and just maybe not something you would choose, but she puts it together so well, and it just works so well in this home.
Saved the best for last.
Absolutely.
This view is phenomenal.
It is spectacular. So the one, not one, there's so many, but this patio space, this travertine expansive space with the negative edge beautiful pool on the same level is very unusual in Fountain Hills. Because of the terrain, most of these homes are terraced. You know, not just one, but 2 and 3, 4 sometimes different terraces between the pool and the spa and the seating space. But this pool has this beautiful negative edge with a lovely seat for you to be able to view the lovely lights of
It
Fountain
feels
Hills.
like you could just see for miles and miles and miles.
You can. So at night when the sun sets, Red Mountain turns all different beautiful shades of different reds and oranges and purples, and then you also get the lovely city lights off in the distance.
So beautiful. Maybe most important question, the last. What is the price point of this beauty?
We are listed at $5.5 million.
When we come back, what draws people to Fountain Hills? We'll talk with Jeannie about the town's special draw.
Jeannie, thank you so much for taking some time to chat with us. We're about 30 miles from downtown Phoenix, but it feels like we are in a totally different world. We are up some hills, we're seeing saguaros. Mm-hmm. Fountain Hills is kind of magical.
It's very magical. In 1960, it was a cattle ranch. And then in 1970, 2 visionaries wanted to develop the property. And so the first one was Robert McCullough. He was the person that brought the London Bridge to Arizona. And then the second one was Charles Wood Jr. And he was the chief designer for Disneyland. And they wanted a hook for people to come to this beautiful area. And so they built the famous Fountain Hills fountain that shoots 560 feet up in the air. At the time, it was the largest fountain, the tallest fountain in the world. And to this day, it's still the tallest fountain in the US.
It's absolutely incredible. They always have special events there, and you can just feel the community when you're walking around that area of Fountain Hills.
You can.
Talk to me about the neighborhoods here, because there are a lot of different pockets, different areas kind of tucked into the hills.
There are, and specifically this neighborhood, Fire Rock, was developed in 2000. We're on 800 acres. There's an 18-hole championship golf course, which at that time was the #1 golf course in Arizona. So it's truly special. There's 570 homes. There's 360 custom homes like this one. So there's varying degrees of properties, everything from smaller size up to 8,000, 9,000 square feet. So it's a beautiful community.
I think that's kind of the key, to have that huge mix of price points and square footage. Mm-hmm. How often do houses come on the market in Fountain Hills? Can you find a good selection, or when you see something, you have to snap it up immediately?
It depends, because Fountain Hills, if you're in Fountain Hills, there's varying degrees of properties. Within Fire Rock, right now, there's only 13 homes that are on the market, and they range from $700,000 up to $5.5 million. So there's a wide range within Fire Rock. But Fountain Hills, there's a lot of varying degrees of properties that are available.
and lots of different interest. I'm sure people from out of state love coming here. It kind of feels like vacation a little bit.
It does. Part of the allure of Fountain Hills is the dark sky status. So there's actually a new center that's going to be opening either later this year or early 2027. But there's only a few cities in the world that are designated dark sky. So they really want to keep that stargazing ability here in Fountain Hills.
What does that mean for people who have never heard that term? Because I think there are a lot of people who say, what do you mean? I live in a bright city. There's lights all the time.
Yeah.
What does it mean? Does it mean there are no lights at night?
Well, there's very few street lights, so it gets pretty dark at night, which is kind of nice. You just feel like you're out in the middle of nowhere. And a lot of the power lines are buried underground here, so that's you're not obscuring your views, but it really is just the fact that the sky is the star in Fountain Hills. So
talk to me about the community itself. What kinds of amenities do we have up here? Because it does feel kind of tucked away when you get into the neighborhoods, but do you have all the grocery stores and the different places you need, or do you have to drive?
Oh, there's so many things. First of all, we're 10 minutes from Scottsdale. Mayo Clinic is literally 7 minutes away. You just shoot down Shea and you're right there. Everything that you could possibly want, all the restaurants, all the shopping, Home Depot, everything that you need. You can also take the back way down into Mesa and Gilbert and Phoenix, etc. So there's so many different things that are very accessible.
Kind of feels like almost a central location, even though it's not actually a central location.
That's what's so nice about Fountain Hills, and people don't realize that you are so close to everything, and it's this neat little enclave of just a wonderful, beautiful community.
You've had a lot of people fly in to look at this house that we're standing in particular.
Yes.
What are people surprised about when they come to visit Fountain Hills for the first time?
I think what they are surprised at is this caliber of a home you would typically see in a Paradise Valley or a Scottsdale location. This house is absolutely jaw-dropping. I mean, it is stunning, unique, one-of-a-kind property that is just truly very special.
So we were talking about the price comparison. So this place in Paradise Valley would be a lot more expensive. How much of I don't want to call it like a discount, but what does this place cost here versus what it would cost in Paradise Valley?
Okay, this home, if you were to pick it up and put it in Paradise Valley, I would render a guess between 12 to maybe 15.
A lot more than it's listed for here?
A lot more.
What's it listed for here?
5.5 million.
That's a huge difference.
Yes. Yep.
Is that kind of the whole vibe of Fountain Hills, is you can get a little bit more for your money?
You can. And what people don't necessarily realize is the spectacular views. This house has 360-degree views. So to get that vantage point in Paradise Valley is very difficult and very expensive. So this is truly spectacular. Not only talking about the fountain that we talked about, you can see the Fountain Hills fountain from both sides of the house. So from the front patio and the back patio both. And it runs every hour on the hour for 15 minutes. So it's really kind of cool.
And across all of Fountain Hills, you have those different pockets where you see different views. I mean, every single window you look out of and every single house in this community looks different, and it looks like the desert.
Mm-hmm. It's more of a sense of community. It's more bikeable and walkable than a lot of other areas in town. You get better value for your home. The views are spectacular. The dark sky is truly amazing. It's a great community.
The architecture is different across the board. It's not just modern, it's not just Western. When you drive around neighborhoods, what do we see?
It's very unique from house to house. It's just a very mixed type of properties. It's not as necessarily, and I hate to use this term, but cookie cutter like some of the neighborhoods in Phoenix and Scottsdale can be. This is much more unique and special, and you can put your stamp on the house.
Lots of personality.
That's a good word. Lots of personality.
Thank you so much for telling us a little bit about this really special community.
Thank you so much.
Someone called it Disneyland for adults. Up next, see what $500,000 can get you in Marley Park. The median price for a home in Maricopa County is right around $500,000. So what do you get for $500,000? And surprise, it'll get you a 4-bedroom, 2-bath home in one of the city's most desirable neighborhoods, Marley Park, about 40 minutes west of downtown Phoenix.
I call it the gem of surprise because it is a very different looking community. If you drive into Marley Park, it looks very much like a Midwest community. It doesn't look like your standard cookie cutter Arizona community.
And that starts with the design of the homes. They have detached garages in back, and the front of the houses have something different.
50% of the homes on a street had to have a front porch. So we call this a front porch community. Often you see neighbors out on their front porches, spending the afternoon, talking to their neighbors. There's often porch crawls where on a Friday or Saturday night, you might see a group of neighbors going from house to house, sitting on their porches, having their appetizers and drinks. It just makes the community look different.
And the tree-lined streets provide some welcomed shade. This house is a little more than 2,000 square feet with plenty of room for a family.
This house is a split floor plan. So we are standing in one of the main living areas. There are 2 living areas in this house. This is the main front living area. There are 3 bedrooms here and a full bathroom at the front of the house. And then at the back of the house, you will find the master bedroom with master bath. There's also the kitchen, and attached to the kitchen is another living space.
The home also has a new roof, and those solar panels on the roof, they're paid for, so no hassling with a solar lease. The listing price is $493,000.
I think the typical buyer for this house is going to be a young family with children. It has a great split floor plan. It has the pool in the backyard. There's not a huge yard here, but Marley Park has 17 parks inside Marley Park.
The HOA fee is $163 a month, but that pays for those 17 parks, a clubhouse, and multiple public pools, including one just for kids. Agent Kelly Lafko grew up in Phoenix, but has called Marley Park home for 14 years.
I love the sense of community. When I first came in to look at my first house in Marley Park, I had my parents with me, and my dad called it Disneyland for families. And I truly believe it is.
Thanks for watching On Your Side, the Home Edition. Each week, we will bring you the very best of the Arizona real estate market with homes you have to see to believe. I'm Susan Campbell.